Hey everyone, this is Karnak with Star Wars Armada Explained. Today I have a very special guest here today. I have with me Triangular, or Tri as he wants to be called. He is a forum user. He's been a longtime Star Wars Armada fan. He's from Germany. It's early in the morning for him, it's late at night for me, but we really wanted to get together to share our passion, Star Wars Armada. And not only that, Tri is also the moderator for the Star Wars Armada Wiki, and he just really wants to we really want to talk more about it because this is a huge resource for me. Try, thank you so much for joining me. Can you introduce yourself? Tell me how long you've been playing.
Hi, Karnik. I'm very glad to be here with you. Well, thank you for the interview. I started playing Armada 2016, just before the drop of Wave 2. And around this time, before I even bought in the game, I was a guest at the Star Wars Armada Wiki and went there for information. And since then, I kept up with doing the Armada Wiki.
When did you start doing more active in the wiki? When did you start getting more involved?
Oh, it was about 3 years ago, quite only half a year after I started playing. And because then the activities at the wiki were low, and I missed some things. I missed some actuality at the wiki, and so I started to do things myself.
Okay. What had you done any work on wikis before you started on this, or did you just kind of just jump in on this?
Oh no, I never played a miniatures game before, and I never did a wiki before. It was all for falling in love with Star Destroyers at the age of 11.
So I think that's amazing that like for me, these videos that I've been doing to explain cards and things like that, for me it's just a passion project where I loved this game so much and I saw, like you did, that there was a need for information and just trying to help get stuff like that out. And so uh, I just want to say again, thank you. Try has been posting my videos up on the wiki page, which I can't even begin to express to you. Like, my subscriptions and YouTube videos have shot way through the roof since you started doing that. So thank you to you.
Yes, really? Oh, fine.
Um, and I've used the wiki as a source since I started playing. I started playing in 2017, right after what was it, the Pelta and the what came out with the Pelta, the Archidans, right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
And so that's when I really got into Armada and started playing. Have you gone to any major tournaments, or do you still actively play in big tournaments?
I've been to some store championships in Rosenheim. Unfortunately, in Munich, a town with 1.5 million people, there's not much of a miniatures game scene or community. So we don't really have tournaments here. So I went for a little town where I come from with only about 20,000 people, but there are tournaments. And I was in Nuremberg last year, or at the beginning of this year, March.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first tournament and the first event with more than 20 people playing Armada together.
Isn't that a fantastic experience? My first really big tournament was when I went to Nova Open a few years ago, and there was 100 people playing Armada. It just blew me away, and I love the fact that our community, we may not be like the biggest miniature games out there compared to so many others, but it's just so fantastic to see when we can get together and just enjoy, in my opinion, a very well balanced game.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So I never saw 100 people playing Armada, but to see, I think we were 21 or about something like this, and it was amazing to meet with such a, in my eyes, such a big community and having a good time and good talk with so many people. And there I saw new ideas, complete new list ideas, which I've never thought myself.
yeah, it's great to see that mixture too, because I know Dennis now being the world championship, that's fantastic. Dennis is a wonderful player, great human being. I was so happy to meet him. So I'm just glad for Germany too to take that title because us Americans we just hog it, right? I'm glad we
Mm.
can. Dennis could come in, put us in our place, and take the title. Obviously he's got to come back to defend it though. But for to get back to the wiki, so what are
Yeah.
some unique aspects about the wiki that most people when we visit maybe we wouldn't know about?
Um, when I look at the numbers, which pages are used the most people are just going to the uh, box or packages, and some as well are going to the upgrade cards or squadron cards or something like that. But they are all the rules of the game and even the rules for the campaign um, are online at the wiki, and you have some unique possibilities to compare things at the wiki as well if you need if you use the category pages.
And where are those located at?
At every page, if you go right at the bottom of it, you'll find um, category at the left lower corner, and then there come some names like upgrade card, imperial upgrade card, or something like that. And if you click at one of these categories, you will get to an overview page with all of these uh, sort of things. So you will get to all upgrade cards, or all imperial cards, or all uniques. And something I just discovered myself maybe a year after working with these categories is you can even click at the category
Mm-hmm.
itself, and then you'll get an overview with all categories in use at this wiki.
Yeah, I have the categories list open right now, and I can see that it's got where it says members next to these names. What does the members mean?
Members means how many pages are connected with this category. So the
Oh.
first one that shows up, A-Wing Squadron cards, 4 members. And there you will see the A-Wing Squadron cards for generic squadrons and the 3 unique.
See, that's fantastic. That's something that I have never known about. And this is actually really helpful because I am putting together a reference sheet, a full on reference sheet. I want to actually have a physical book copy of like rules and card names and all that because, as you may have read, I just got selected to judge Gen Con,
Yes. Yeah.
and it's nice to just have instead of trying to look everything up on my phone where my screen is so tiny to actually have like a book, and I'm putting together a book, and your wiki is helping me accomplish this.
Also, that's fine. And congratulations for
Thank you.
becoming a judge.
No, I'm very excited for it. It definitely, when I was asked, it completely blew me away, and I'm just excited to be a more part of the community because it's difficult for me to make it out to those kinds of events. Because for
Yeah.
me, I'm still spending a lot of money to go, and to
Yeah.
judge, I mean, I'm still spending some costs on my end, but FFG now helps cover a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's fine. I would appreciate that myself.
But you have all the categories are on this category list though that you can still search through that and find it, right?
Yeah, and when you know so much about categories, then you can go to the category list, and then you'll have about this don't know 500 categories you could go through. But that's not the way normal people use the Armada Wiki. Normally, you just go there and you search for something. And let's say you want to search for ship cards, but there is no ship card page, but there's a category page for ship cards. And now you type that in the search. Yes, this is the old way I did it. So I made a ship card page, and now when you go to the search bar and there you type in Architans. Oh no, Architans isn't good. Let's say Victory. Click at Victory ship cards. then you'll go to the category page. And I made these sites to make the category pages visible when you search for something. And if you type rules, then you'll get the suggestion category rules. And if you go at this, you will find the complete rules of the game at the wiki.
I'm looking at that. Yeah, no, I actually. Wow. Oh my gosh, there's so much here. See, I've never even known about this. I've
Yeah.
never seen this before. And so again, it's just amazing how much work you're putting into all this that nobody, like you said, when you check where people are going, no one is even going to any of this. And this just is so helpful. So I'm really glad we're doing this video because man, this just is really breaking down just how much it's in this game in just how much we have to remember not only as players but to have a place to actually see that all visualized. I just think that's fantastic, and I do appreciate the amount of work that you're putting into all of this. What would you say is like the hardest thing that you've had to try to get working on the wiki?
The hardest thing are the most simple things, redundant things where you do something um, not very creative, but things you have to do to make the pages comparable, like the categories. Now I started a project where I give categories to every image at the wiki, and that's not very creative. I just have to go at the images, every image is for itself, and type something in as a category, and that, yeah, are hours and hours of work. Um, Not much fun to do, but if it's done like this, I can just make a click and I will get the images I'm looking for.
See, and I can absolutely relate to that because when I'm doing research for my videos, I'm putting hours of putting together what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it, make sure I'm saying things correctly, which I do most of the time, not all the time. I understand that, and what I usually do is I'll put on some background music, usually Star Wars music, and listen
Yeah,
to that and type things up. Is that something that you do as well?
yeah. Actually, I heard some of your videos last time I made category pages.
Oh, you're just listening to videos as you're putting them in. That's so cool. I love that. I think that's so great, and I just think that and that I've heard a lot of people will tell me that they'll download my videos and they'll listen to them as they're like working out or they're just doing something else, and I just think that's so great. It definitely.
Even even that aspect made me to bring all the rules to the wiki because I found it quite difficult to find things at the rules book, at
I,
the reference guide. And now I can go
yeah.
there and just type something in, and then I can just click along. I don't know if all people got that with the wiki, but all things that are written in yellow, you can just go there and click. If you um, at the rules page we talked about, um, there's a download via FFG. You can just click there and you get your learn to play, or you can go at contain, and if you click at contain, you will get at the contain page,
Yep, I see it.
declaring the rules for contain. So you can use this wiki as a living rule book. You just go there and click your way through. If you have any question, click on it.
See, and that's great because yes, I'm seeing here now the rules. I'm seeing all the links and things, and I think it's just great that you putting this time and effort into having everything there. Because I know when I was first starting, I mean, I was relying heavily on the wiki to walk me through the steps. Because the rules reference for new players, yes, it has all the rules you need to play, but it doesn't exactly explain it to you like how a human would explain it. And definitely your wiki really helps to separate and break that down, makes it easier to understand.
Yeah, because it's easier to get more information about something. I didn't organize most of the things in another way than the rules reference guide. But the possibility to just click at an aspect of the text if you want to have more information about that, if you want to know more about range, and you can just you read range in the text and you don't know all aspects of it, just click on it.
Try, what is your expectations for the new Super Star Destroyer, the new Rebellion in the Rim? We know we have Clone Wars coming, 2 new expansions. Like, what are your thoughts on all this new stuff coming our way?
Well, actually, I made a proxy of the Superstar Destroyer and played 4 games with it and had quite a lot of fun with it.
It is
Um,
fun.
it's fun, and I think it is a miniature more for the fun than for the hardcore tournament players who want to win their games or who want to win with a high MOF. Because I think that could be hard to accomplish with the Superstar Destroyer, but it's a lovely miniature for narrative gaming.
Absolutely. It gives you a chance to make your own scenarios. Have you had a chance to actually see the model in person at all?
No, I saw some pictures. I got some really nice pictures there, and I'm really eagerly waiting for it. I made my how do you say? I bought it in October, and I'm waiting for it to get. And I've started playing the game in English. Even I'm not a native speaker because I don't like most of the German names. I think it's cooler in the English version, and so I bought the SSD in Great Britain. And since the beginning of my Star Wars experience, I'm a fan of Lando Calrissian, and for that I really love that we will get a Lando Calrissian um,
The
movie.
Squadron? I know, he's so
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's fine. I'm really looking forward to this, and I hope the next campaign will be a little bit better than the first one.
Yeah, I know that they took a lot. I talked to one of the developers at Worlds, and I specifically asked them about Rebellion in the Rim and what lessons they learned from Corellian conflict. And he said the amount of feedback that they got was the fact that the games took too long and they wanted more smaller sized fleet action and they want it to feel like you were actually in command of a fleet. So they
Yeah,
took that feedback. That's why the games start off smaller. You have a custom commander now. You make your own commander for Rebellion in the Rim. And that's a great way to draw in people to get into the moment of Star Wars because now it's you and not someone else in control of this fleet. So I'm super excited for it as well.
yeah, I think that's a really good idea, and I think that any sort of campaign is a really good possibility to draw people in the game. Some people want another experience than the tournamental play.
Yes, I absolutely concur with that. People love role playing, and as
Yeah,
you mentioned, if you've seen Master of the Fleet, they make those custom
yeah,
scenarios.
yeah, they are great.
Yes. Well, I think that we have covered a lot of material. I know it's getting really late for me. I need to go to sleep. For you, you need to start your day.
Yes.
I very much appreciate you joining. Do you have any last things you want to shout out before we wrap up?
I just hope that the game will be doing well, and I hope that the community will support the game. Um, and um, even if I'm not a huge fan of the prequel trilogies, I think that we got the announcement that the prequel ships, prequel, um, yeah, the stuff of the prequels will come to the game is a good outlook for Star Wars Armada, and I hope I I will be doing this in I will doing the Armada Wiki next year or the year after it, but maybe not alone anymore.
Well, hopefully this video gets the word out that you're looking for some additional help. Again, thank you so much. And to all the viewers, hope you enjoyed this interview, this look into all this hard work and effort that goes into the wiki. And like always, I'll catch you guys next time.